When it comes to this topic, a lot of people tend to sugarcoat, and that's just not me. I don't do shit like that. I don't, Get that plastic surgery, girl. Get your hair long. You know what I'm saying? Wear female clothes. Identify as a woman. I don't give a fuck. I don't have an issue with that, but what I'm telling you is you're still, like, you know what I'm saying? You were born a man, and you need to tell people that. Not everybody's going to accept that. Just...
Babe, you say you don't give a fuck? But you do. You do. You made a video about me. I don't need to tell anybody what is between my legs unless I'm going to fuck them. Sorry, but it's true. I'm so sorry, but you don't need to know what's between my legs. Why does that affect you? And plastic surgery, girl, I've got nothing done. This is natural. Thank you. And I know I was born a man. I like make that very apparent and very known. I talk about that all the time. All I'm saying is if I have a conversation with you on the street and I just met you, I don't have to scream in your face that I'm transgender.
Black stereotypes and what they're grounded in. Part 17. Black people love grape soda. Surprisingly, this stereotype does not have groundings in slavery. I know, it's crazy. It actually started post-emancipation throughout the civil rights era. This actually jumps off the back of the Kool-Aid video that I have, so if you haven't watched it, I would. Essentially, sugary drinks like Kool-Aid and grape soda and a lot of other sodas were really cheap and marketed towards the African-American community. It wasn't until 2003 when that stereotype began to become negative. The comedian Dave Chappelle had a popular stand-up series where he talked about black foods and the stereotypes around them. In this, he joked that all black people love grape drink. And since he has such a wide audience, this became kind of the gospel truth about black people. And in the way Dave Chappelle jokes about this, it became negative.
True American patriots are not going to stand for this shit. And if you think we're not coming for you, guess what? You've already declared war amongst your people. We're coming. And 83 million people are not going to stand for this shit. So good luck, because I can assure you we'll be the last ones standing when it's all over with. For those of you who've been on my most recent videos, trying to spew hate and tell me that you're reporting me to the FBI. Excuse me if I don't fucking care.
I wasn't gonna make a video, but I fear for the safety of myself and my family, considering the fact the Secret Service has come in and interrogated my entire family the last 2 days, and they are looking for my whereabouts. I have no reason not to comply with you, however, I'm not meeting you anywhere. I'm not guilty of anything. And for those of you who have reached out to my local and state police to start this nonsense to begin with, I know exactly who you are. And trust me, I will be giving names out.
What's a random Black history fact that you did not learn in school that is?
Alright, fair warning, if you don't know this one, it is fucked up and it's gonna get your blood boiling, because I know that when I found it out, it did mine. Again, in all seriousness, if you don't want your stomach in knots, don't watch this video. So the dunk tank, we all know the dunk tank. Great fun carnival game. Somebody sits on a platform and you throw baseballs until you dunk them in the water. That originated as a game called the Black Dodger, or Hit the Baby. They would take African American infants and end their lives by throwing things at them for the sake of entertainment. Infants, children, until they could not open their eyes or breathe. And the most fucked up part is that as recent as 1965, this game was still being played. That could have been my mother or my father. Do not allow people to dismiss your anger because that was so long ago.
So let's break this down. I wanted to talk about the topic of changing your skin tone to look like someone else or a different race.
You know what? I didn't want you to answer the phone anyway. Thought this was my husband's number, and it's not.
So basically, that black woman decided to cosplay a dead movie actress who happened to be white, so she painted her skin white to look like the movie actress. And people in the comment section did not agree with this at all. And similar to this, an Asian woman decided to paint her skin black to look like Kobe Bryant. And this comment section was the exact opposite of the black woman's comment section. As you can see here, people were saying that it was art and not racism, and many people agreed with it. Then a white woman decided to paint her whole entire body black to portray a stereotypical black woman. and people praised her for it. I personally do not agree with changing your skin tone or race for any reason. Why is it considered art to paint your skin tone to look like a black person? But if a black person does the same thing, it's racist.
Hi, welcome to QAnon 101, the class where neither of us want to be here, but it looks like they might start a political party, so here we are. QAnon isn't really one conspiracy theory, it's more like a big tent that engulfs every other conspiracy theory that it finds. COVID denial, anti-vax, those are QAnon now. But they have one central baseless myth. You may have heard of it. Now might be a good time for a deep breath. So there's this evil cabal that's made up of Democrats, celebrities, and billionaires, and they're secretly controlling the world, and they have been for years. They love Satan, huge fans. Also, pedophilia. So, in addition to controlling every government in all of history, they're running a massive child trafficking ring so that they can harvest the life-extending chemical from the children and then control the world forever. That's the main myth. Other beliefs and communities get slurped up along the way. Because when your central belief is that everything you've ever been told is a lie, you can basically just start throwing more things on top. So QAnon is like the flame, all the other conspiracies are like the wood, and our sense of reality is on fire.
Black history that I wish I learned in school, part 1. Do y'all know the story of Onesimus? You see, my boy Onesimus was a slave given as a gift to a Puritan minister in Massachusetts all the way back in 1706. You see, at that time, America was dealing with the smallpox virus, which would make your body look like a lethal game of connect the dots and eventually kill you. Once Onesimus caught wind of this suffering, he decided that he was going to go ahead and help him and teach them a centuries-old practice that we now call vaccination. You see, my boy Onesimus is able to convince these white folk that if you can just get a little bit of material from an infected person's body and scratch it into a healthy person's body, that the healthy person's body will be able to build an immunity to the virus. In spite of the critics, the experiment ended up being a huge success and America ended up adopting vaccination practices. So I hope you racists know the next time that we can go out and have fun, a black man was responsible for that. Ha!
Why people get upset about cultural appropriation? Simplified.
Hey, your shirt's really ugly. Take it off. Well, it's mine and I like it, so no. I said the shirt was ugly, take it off. I mean, I made it and I like it, so no. Take the shirt off. Okay, fine. Good, now put this one on. But this shirt's just like your shirt. Yeah, because my shirt's the cutest. I'm trying to help you. I mean, if you say, hey, isn't that my shirt? Well, honestly, anybody could have this shirt, so no. Yes, it is. You just bullied it off my body. And besides, I thought you said it was ugly. Well, now it's cute. Well, if it's so cute, then why did you bully it off of me and then make me dress like you? Because we're sharing clothes. Duh. Oh, you bullied me out of my shirt, made me wear your shirt, then put my shirt on, told everybody that if I wear my shirt, it's ugly, so if I ever wear it again, somebody's gonna bully me. You know what? I just want my shirt back. Well, now you're gatekeeping. What?
Gender is one of the most established and oldest systems for controlling people. And if you think the youth fucking with it is annoying, that's probably because it's messing with a power structure that benefits you.
Black stereotypes and what they're grounded in. Part 20. Black fetishization in porn. This directly ties into my part 4, the Jezebel caricature, and my part 6, the Mendigo caricature. So if you haven't seen those, I'd watch those. The mainstream porn industry fetishizes all people of color, but I'm only going to focus on the black community here today. Ebony is the most searched for category in porn in the United States. Interestingly enough, that category is the most searched for in the southern states. In this category, instead of shying away from the harmful stereotypes that black people have faced, they embrace it and monetize it. One of the largest tropes we see being perpetuated by the porn industry is black men having large genitalia and being extremely sexually aggressive towards white women. Tropes like these directly carry over from the slave trade and are very dangerous to people today.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you say you like black men, but the only thing you like about them is the stereotype of a BBC, you do not like them. You fetishize them. If you say you like black women, but the only thing you like about us is the stereotype of a big butt, you do not like us. You fetishize us. We are people. We are not sex objects. We have thoughts, feelings, emotions, great conversation. We are not here for your sexual enjoyment. Okay?
Hey, honey, what'd you want to ask me? Can you wear boy clothes? My daughter should know better than that. Boy clothes are not just for boys. And you know our motto. Wear the clothes you love, whether for comfort or class. If anyone has a problem with it, I'll kick their ass.
Now I drive alone past your street. So today I'm starting a new series called Hidden History, and in it I'll be talking about crazy, creepy, and or covered up American history. And in case you wanted to know, I'm currently a senior and history major at Yale University. And today we're talking about the Pledge of Allegiance and how it was a part of a mass assimilation and indoctrination initiative. So the Pledge of Allegiance had three main versions. The first version was written by Colonel George Balch in 1887, but it wasn't used for very long. The second version was written in 1892 by Francis Bellamy, a preacher who sought to define true Americanism through the pledge. In his own words, he thought that European immigrants were bringing in races which we cannot assimilate without lowering our own racial standard. The last version was written in 1954 and added the words "under God" to Bellamy's version to instill the importance of Judeo-Christian theocracy to American values like anti-communism. As the Washington Post writes, the creation of the pledge served as a way to consolidate white Anglo-Saxon Protestant American values that the white mainstream perceived as under threat. Follow to hear more.
I guess I'm just too tough to cry.
I'm headed straight for...
I say let it die. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and...
My pronouns are they, them. You can't use that in the singular. They, them means more than one person. Hey, English professor here, you totally can't use they, them in the singular. But what about the fact that there are only two genders, biologically? Hey, biologist here, gender is a social construct, it's not biological. Hello, I study gender studies and sociology, and it's definitely a social construct. Well, it's just my opinion, you're still just a guy. Okay, in my opinion, you have no gender, but I'm a guy. In my opinion, you're not, but I have a Hey, biologist here again, some guys actually don't have those. Then what makes me a guy? The fact that you feel like a guy. So are you just saying that I could be a girl if I wanted to be? Do you want to be a girl? No, of course not. What if I told you you were a girl because you seem like a girl? Then you would just be wrong. So out of curiosity, what makes you right about me being a guy? Biology? Hey, it's me again, that's wrong. I guess nothing. So you're not a guy. Are you a girl?
2020 did not happen. We telling our fucking kids it was 2019, 2021. Mom, so I'm doing my homework. Why did history skip from 2019 to 2021? I know how to count, and
Skip it!
Welcome to my new series, What's the Difference? Where I teach you guys the differences between two words that you guys usually use interchangeably, especially in politics. Please keep in mind that I have 2 bachelor degrees in political science and philosophy. Episode 1, Socialism versus Communism. First, the commonalities. They both tend to have central governments, and both of them, the people own the means of production, and they both arose as a result of the exploitation of the working class during the Industrial Revolution. Now the differences. The communist philosophy is from each according to his ability to each according to his need. Most property and resources are owned by the government. Production is intended to meet basic needs and distributed at no charge. Class is non-existent, and with that the ability to earn more with other workers, and religion is effectively abolished. The socialist philosophy, on the other hand, is from each according to his ability to each according to his contribution. There is individual property, but production is owned and managed by the government. Production is intended to meet societal and individual needs and are based on contribution and ability. Class exists, but the differences are diminished, and freedom of religion is allowed.
What happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced? And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
Yo man, why did you call my girlfriend an ugly pig?
Because she is.
Well, now she's crying.
Of course she's crying. She'd never survive in a Call of Duty lobby.
Oh yeah, they added a non-binary character option to Call of Duty.
What?
Oh, well, I thought you could survive a Call of Duty lobby.
I can, but that's not historically accurate.
They're also adding zombies.
Let's go!
Zombies aren't historically accurate.
Well, yeah, it's a video game, not a history book. What?
Introduce yourself as something you've been called by a Trump supporter.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm a house slave. Shake my fucking hand.
Gay people, stop letting bitches walk all over you. If someone's an asshole to you, take that shit to corporate and ruin their fucking day. Like in my senior year of high school, I had this teacher, and from the first day of class, she would misgender me constantly. And not just getting my pronouns wrong, like her favorite thing to call me was young lady. Ew! And I tried to tell her, my parents tried to tell her, the school tried to tell her, I was in the system as male. She did not get it. She never got it. Fast forward to the end of the year, I am sitting in her class and I need to use the bathroom. And my school had gender neutral bathrooms that I would use, but they were like a little bit few and far between. So I had to go on a little bit of a walk from this class class to get to one. Took me like 7 minutes max. But I come back and I see my frumpy ass bitch teacher standing in the hallway waiting for me, like, and she goes, so where were you? I'm like, oh, it's just the gender bathroom's like a little bit far. And this bitch points to the boy and girl bathrooms across the hall and goes, you need to use these bathrooms. First off, kill yourself, but did I yell? No. Did I go, bah, bah, bah? No. I reported her and she had to attend a mandatory presentation on LGBTQ inclusivity for 5 hours on a Saturday. I win, bitch.